Some believed the skinny red-headed guard was going down a level or two in competition by joining Shen Pride, and that he might have thought he wasn't good enough to play for a high major college program. In reality, the move had two purposes: to have the team gel for what turned out to be a state championship run during Huerter's junior year, and to get the ball in Huerter's hands as a point guard, in order to show college coaches there was more to his game than a textbook jumper. He showed as much during Sunday night's home opener, finishing with 10 points in just 22 minutes in a 96-43 over UMS, which nearly constitutes a night off for a player who logged close to 30 minutes a game as a freshman. Huerter hit 4 of 5 from the field, including 2 of 3 three-point attempts. "I think I was playing out of position with the Rocks. I wasn't developing the way I wanted to," Huerter recalled last week. "At that time, we didn't think I needed to be at a showcase level. I thought I had a lot of time and I didn't need to be in front of college coaches all the time. We knew we were going to be really good and had a chance to win a state championship. Going back and being able to have the ball in your hands and having a responsibility on you, playing your position, which was point guard, I really learned a lot that year and developed." By the time Huerter returned to the City Rocks team this summer before his senior year, he had nearly grown to his current height of 6'7" and had led his high school team to a state title. By the time he finished at Shenendehowa High, Huerter was New York's Mr. Basketball. Anytime that your coach trusts you to try to make decisions, make plays, and have the ball in your hands, any player would like that. Maryland sophomore guard Kevin Huerter. The skills he had developed during his year with Shen Pride, and subsequently during his last 2 years of high school, have been on full display nearly from the day he arrived at Maryland, where Huerter was probably the team's best all-around player as a freshman. While fellow sophomore Anthony Cowan Jr. is the team's point guard, and so far Maryland's leading scorer, he had a team-high 16 points Sunday night. The offense will go through Huerter much more often than it did a year ago. "I think any of us at this level are used to playing with the ball in our hands. We all played with the ball in our hands in high school and AAU," Huerter said during the Big Ten's Media Day in New York last month. Anytime that your coach trusts you to try to make decisions, make plays, and have the ball in your hands, any player would like that. Huerter's game is sometimes overlooked, partly because he doesn't have statistics that pop off the page. A year ago, he was second on the team in rebounding, 4.9, third in assists, 2.7, and fourth in scoring, 9.3, while also being its best on-the-ball defender. Asked if Huerter doesn't get the recognition he deserves, he isn't mentioned on any NBA mock drafts, though several scouts have spoken highly of Huerter's court awareness and three-point shooting range. Maryland coach Mark Turgeon said he is confident that will happen. "I think Kevin will continue to shine. He's a much better player than he was last year and he had a heck of a freshman year," Turgeon said in New York. "He's so comfortable with himself. Unfortunately, the three sophomores cancel each other out in terms of Big Ten recognition. Plus, unlike many players who seemed consumed on making the NBA, Huerter seems not to care about getting that kind of hype. Recognition has never been one thing that's motivated me," Huerter said. "You see some of that stuff, and it just makes you want to go at the people who are on those lists, and you're going to be matched up with in our league or other leagues." Tom Huerter, who played at Siena, said that the younger of his two sons, older brother Thomas plays for his father's alma mater, just wants to play and win. The only thing that will bother him is if they're playing the wrong way and not playing together. Turgeon, who is in his 7th year at Maryland and 20th season as a Division I coach, said he hasn't had many players who see and understand the game as well as Huerter. "He's pretty special," Turgeon said. "He really sees things. He'll see mismatched things that a lot of kids don't see, and he sees it quickly. He helps me. He sees a lot of things on the floor, and I trust him because he's smart. If he stays healthy, he's going to have a terrific year," said Huerter. "When I was growing up, I played with guys 2 or 3 years older than me, so it was always harder to score. Some of the easiest things for me, being able to still shoot a 3, is pass the ball and get other guys involved.